I stumbled upon this item while exploring a pond in Downess, Maine. Weighing around 2 pounds and appearing to be made of stone, it's a curious object. The longer end is sharpened, resembling an axe. The material doesn't seem magnetic, and after inspecting it, I couldn't find any obvious clues as to its purpose. My son actually pulled it out of the lake, and while it might seem obvious to some, I couldn't quite figure it out. Does anyone have any idea what this might be, or what it was used for? It turns out this is a stone axe head. The forked groove at the top would have held a wooden handle, which was then lashed into place, making it a functional tool. This type of axe was likely used during the late Archaic period, dating back anywhere from 3,000 to 10,000 years ago. Imagine using something like this to chop wood or as a weapon. It's incredible to think of how primitive tools like this shaped early human life. Seems like we all have some literal Stone Age items lurking around in the most unexpected places. I ran across this wooden box with 3 angled white pipes attached to it. It has a possible carrying strap and a lid that opens, revealing remnants of foam inside, maybe for protecting something during transport. The pipes aren't threaded, which makes it even more puzzling. Does anyone know what this could be or what it was used for? It looks like a portable flag holder. The pipes are designed to hold flagpoles, and the box itself can be filled with rocks or other heavy material to keep it from tipping over in the wind. Nothing says mystery, quite like an old wooden box with pipes sticking out of it. Either it's for flags, or I just discovered a very low-tech rocket launcher. I came across this small handheld object in a ring box, and it has an electric coil on the bottom of the insert. The original poster, OP, mentioned they found it at an estate sale and had no idea what it was. After seeing a ton of wild theories about it, I figured I'd ask around to get some clarification. Does anyone know what this could be or what it was used for? It turns out this is a crystal radio. The galena crystal is located on top with a whisker used to detect the radio signal. The coil at the bottom is part of the tuning circuit. Crystal radios were some of the earliest radios used for receiving AM signals and didn't require a battery, instead relying on the power from the radio signal itself. It's a fascinating piece of early tech history. Just goes to show how creative people were back then, making radios out of simple components. I stumbled upon this small, flat, solid metal object under our kitchen sink tonight. It's about 2 inches in diameter, gold in color, and surprisingly heavy for its size. There are no visible markings or stamps on it, and I have no idea how it got there. Does anyone know what this might be or what it was used for? Turns out it's a C-clip that attaches a single-hole faucet to the bottom of the sink. It helps secure the faucet in place, preventing it from wobbling. If your faucet is tight and secure, this is likely the old one left behind during the installation. Guess it's not every day you find leftover plumbing hardware hiding in your kitchen like it's some kind of ancient treasure. I found this small, yellowish amber vial while exploring a shipwreck. It's about 1 inch long, filled with a clear liquid, and was tucked inside a leather corded pouch. The whole thing has a weathered look, like it's been sitting there for decades. Some have guessed it might be a hunter's scent bottle, possibly containing deer urine or something used for traps. Does anyone know what this might be or what it was used for? Surprisingly, it's not some ancient potion or hunter's tool. It's actually a Soviet-era perfume called Jasmine 76. This perfume was popular in the USSR, known for its strong floral scent and compact design. Imagine risking life and limb diving into a shipwreck, only to surface with vintage cologne, fashionably late, I suppose. Stumbled upon this unusual metal container at a flea market in Germany. It's quite heavy for its size, and when the lid is screwed on, Nothing fits inside due to a black rod extending from the lid. The tag is labeled 637, with the same number engraved on the inside. At first I had no idea what it was. Might be some kind of calibration device or scientific container. Does anyone know what this could be or what it was used for? Well, turns out it was thorium. Thorium is a mildly radioactive metal that has been used in scientific and industrial applications, including in older nuclear research equipment, gas lamp mantles, and even high-quality camera lenses. While it's not highly dangerous in small amounts, it's still considered a radioactive material and requires careful handling. I called the non-emergency fire brigade number just to be safe. Less than 2 minutes later, 6 fire engines, 3 ambulances, 3 police cars, and a bomb disposal unit showed up. They evacuated the entire building for 4 hours before finally taking it away. So on the bright side, at least I know my local emergency services don't mess around. I ran across this item after I punctured my tire while driving on a residential road. It feels slightly heavy for its size, about 3 inches long, and has a sharp red cone shape with a broken thread. Does anyone know what this could be or what it was used for? It turns out it's a wheel accessory lug nut tip. It likely functioned as a decorative cover for lug nuts, often used on trucks for aesthetics. The broken thread suggests it was once screwed onto a lug nut, but is now no longer functional. Those excessively long, sharp tips, like the one I found, are often seen on pavement princess trucks and should really be illegal for safety reasons. Imagine hitting one of those at highway speeds. I found this round white item while diving in the sea. It's hard in material, about 3 centimeters in radius, with F.B. Minden written on it along with a number. Does anyone know what this could be or what it was used for? It looks like it might be a Shamat marker used by a crematory. Specifically, F.B. Minden could stand for Feuerbestattung Minden, a crematory in Minden, Germany. These markers were used to track the identity of bodies being cremated, often during the cremation process, and could be placed in the ashes for identification. It makes sense that it would end up in the sea if it was part of a burial at sea. Pretty eerie, right? Here's something curious for you. A round metal device with a hinged cover, revealing heating elements inside. Its vintage look suggests a very specific function, perhaps one that's now forgotten. What's your best guess? A household gadget? An industrial tool? Something totally unexpected? Leave your best guesses in the comments, and I'll reveal the answer in one of the upcoming videos. If you enjoy these mysteries, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.